I'm just going to run through quickly 4 new textural pieces. We shan't stop and talk about these when we're painting them, just going to do them at high speed because you already know how to do them now, I've shown you basically. So we're going to do the Swans one, which is rather fun, 2 London ones and a big seascape which I haven't done before, so this is rather exciting as well. Right, standard methods, nice big brush, and we're going to cover the darks first and then gradually work the lights up, and that's it. Right, got the base done now. I want to start putting some darker colours into here and just on the birds as well. I'm going to paint around these birds in a minute anyway, so it won't matter if I'm not accurate. Well, I think we're coming towards the end of this now, and it'll look much better when it's got the resin on it, but just at the moment let's just tighten up some of these. Some colours on here. We're coming towards the end of this. I'm starting to see wood trees a bit at last. I think we're almost done on this one, but the colours have sunk so much again, so I need to go back in with these oranges and reds, which unfortunately have sunk so much. It's a real shame because you just get the values sorted out to what you think, and then everything has changed and it doesn't really help. I think that's about as far as I want to go with this one. I think I've accomplished what I was after with it. That looseness of light and style. Right, next we're going to work onto the seascape, which is rather exciting for me. Not a lot of texture with different materials, it's just the filler and the PVA glue, with some rise at the bottom. What I have done is use a lot of texture by surface texture of this, pulling it out with my hand, stippling with it, using the knife and so on. So we'll see how this works by working up the lights over darks, working up our darks and mid-tones, and then gradually going to the highlights of the spray of the water and so on. And I'm going to start with the darker background. I'm not going to coat the whole thing this time, I'm going to put my base colours on as I go along. So we'll start with some purple and black and just work into these areas where the stones are here, and that'll help me to find where I am with it as well. Right, now I've established my deeper purple tones, to start working with a little bit of the warms next in some of these rocks. Just start to establish the warmer colours, find out where they are, glowing through underneath here. And then I'll go into the sea and start adding some of the greener colours. Some of the filler tends to soften a bit, not this water on it, but that'll come back again when it'll dry out again once I've got this done. Now into the sea itself, need some deeper greens going on, so I'm going to take some sapphire, a bit of turquoise now, and just start to work in some of these lovely greens under the water here before I start bringing up the lighter colours. Sort of glow through, lovely turquoise, quite thinly. First, I'm going to come through into cerulean, plenty of water, sort of glaze it into here. Just painting it on thinly, letting the other colour just glow through at the moment. And we can change down to deeper blues, and it will be like this. Adding in some deeper blues into there, to those shadows into here. Anyway, let this dry off and come back and do some of the sky. You see the lovely effect we're getting already. But let the texture do the work for you. Right, we've done the basics of the foundations of the scene. We've already got the feeling of some lovely colours. Look, let's go to the sky now. Lighter part of the sky now. We'll start with our cool yellows and work across to our stronger ones. Some luminosity there. Right through to here. Just clean my palette up so that we get a nice to drag these colours over the textures I've made to really get the most out of the textures themselves. Now, back up to here again. Let's look at some slightly darker clouds. We'll take some of that purple, a little bit of ultramarine blue, and just start to find these slightly darker blue-grey clouds up here reflecting against this, just by dragging it across the surface of these textures clouds that are already built up and are ready for this just here. This figure of these distant clouds wisping quietly across the sky, and then the turbulent sea down beneath. So we'll let that dry off and we're ready to go on to do our rest of our scene and things like this little lighthouse here. We'll just do a little bit more tonight, just put a little bit of the creams in before I finish, just to get the basic effects of the sky. To play between these creams and very light blues shortly. We'll push these colours will probably go on, but just to make a start. Well, I think I'm almost there with this painting now again. It's always difficult to know quite when to stop with the work, as you know. Don't want to overdo it, but equally got to be just pushing it a little bit further just to get what we need here and there, like that. Really get the feeling of these waves pounding around in here and moving around these rocks. Full of texture, full of life, full of movement. let's take a look at the texturing on that in close-up. You can see the way we can really make the foam swirl. We've got a cross between Monet and Turner, I suppose, here, haven't we? Okay, for our third one we're going to do this nice one of the London Bridge with a green background and red sky. Another one of the abstract series, textural series. I think we're almost there. I need to add some more warms into it now, which will bring out the greens, of course. Got my opera rose and so on, which is rather lovely. Get that going down here amongst these pinks and purples. I'm going to use some much deeper reds in places. There's a bit of lovely deep red happening down in amongst this lot. Let's bring out these blues, greens. Lovely bright red on here. I've almost forgotten. It was so large in front of me I didn't see it. Beautiful colours. And just to finish off, up here we've got some chrome yellow going on. A beautiful chrome yellow, a little cadmium yellow. Pure paint because you don't want it to sink now. And just tickle that along top edges here. And there we are. That painting's about done. Again, we'll look at the textures more closely. These lovely blobs of paint we can make up that are almost like painting in pasto, except that we haven't painted in pasto, we've painted on top of the texturing, which gives us the same lovely effect as layering on lots and lots of paint. Right down to these railings here, to a really thick heavy paint. Well, now for the last one in this little video of 4 paintings. We're going to do the London scene, Big Ben over there. We've done a similar one earlier, but a square one. We've stretched this one out. Again, this time over a black ground, which is rather nice. Then I've got another series of 5 to do to finish off after this one. And that will finish this series at present.